going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. If you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. Let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my daily $15 best bet, head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But we're back here with the Wraparound. Split on yesterday's Wraparound. Went 1-1, lost with the Canadiens in overtime, but we're going to come right back at it stronger and better than ever. My voice is still a little bit under the weather. I'm going to try to get through it, though. I could rest my vocal cords tomorrow. There's no NHL tomorrow. There's a 15-game card today. I know you guys don't want to wait any longer. You know the drill. You ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game comes to us from the KeyBank Center, where the Buffalo Sabres take on the Minnesota Wild. And the Minnesota Wild have some great road form this season. Normally I'd be quick to jump on them at a reasonable price, but I had to do some digging and figure out, wait a minute, why is this price as tight as it is? But the reality is that the Buffalo Sabres have actually played some decent hockey as of late. They've won 3 straight, 5 of 6, and 7 of their last 9. And head-to-head between these two teams, this has been an underdog-dominated series. The underdog has dominated 7 and 2 in the last 9 meetings. Minnesota 1-5 in the last 6 meetings, including 1-4 in the last 5 in Buffalo. I got to go with the Sabres here. It's not my strongest play on the board, but I'll still lean towards the Sabres here at plus 110. Next, we head to the Lenovo Center, where the Carolina Hurricanes take on the New York Rangers. And I went back and forth on this game. I originally liked the Hurricanes in this one, but then it started to click that the New York Rangers are still a decent underdog, and still, especially when you catch them at this kind of price. I know it's probably some injuries or there's some steam pushing the line towards the Carolina Hurricanes, but the underdog in this matchup has been extremely profitable. 12-2 in the last 14 meetings between these two. New York is 6-1 in the last 7 meetings in Carolina. And you're getting a plus 125, and I've seen this line on the move already to where you can get a decent price with the Rangers, who have just as good of a goaltending room, if not a better goaltending room, than the Carolina Hurricanes right now, and have just as much forward and defensive depth than the Canes do as well. Home ice is a big thing for Carolina, but I still think that the New York Rangers have some value here themselves. So give me the New York Rangers on the money line in this when you're getting a decent price on a plus 125 or better. Next, we head to the Prudential Center, where the New Jersey Devils take on the St. Louis Blues, and another matchup where I was trying to find value, getting on board with the underdog, and I simply couldn't do it in this matchup because the Blues are just too inconsistent for my liking to really trust them against a quality team like the New Jersey Devils, who have won 3 straight, 5 of 6 and 8 of 10, and have scored at least 3 goals in all those wins, 4 or more goals in 6 of the last 7 wins as well. And, the St. Louis Blues, like I said, just continue to be inconsistent offensively. This right now is the best that I think the Devils have looked from a goaltending perspective pretty much all season long. So give me the New Jersey Devils to win this one in regulation, as well. Put a little bit on the puck line too. Now we head to the UBS Arena, where the New York Islanders take on the Boston Bruins. And the Bruins are on the back-to-back here after falling short against the Vancouver Canucks 2-0 on Tuesday night. And it's just another game where the Boston Bruins struggled offensively. They scored 2 goals or less in 6 straight, 7 of 8 and 8 of 10. While the Islanders, 2 goals or less in 4 of their last 5. For me, this just sets up to be a 1-3 wins kind of game between 2 inconsistent offenses with 2 teams that actually have some pretty solid goaltending. So I'm going to take the under 5 in this one. Like I said, I could easily see 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, whichever way you slice it. Next, we head to the Nationwide Arena, where the Columbus Blue Jackets take on the Montreal Canadiens. And, I wanted to get on board with Montreal, but the thing is that the Blue Jackets do play their best hockey at home, where they are 7-3 so far this season. I mean, look at the last couple wins they've had on home ice. They've beat the Carolina Hurricanes and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah, they needed overtime and a shootout to beat those teams, but still managed to get the job done. Even before that, they scored 6 goals in a win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. The Columbus Blue Jackets are just a different team at home, and the Montreal Canadiens, they're coming off of back-to-back losses at the back end of that homestand. They've lost 4 of their last 5 on the road. They're just 2-6-1 on the road this season. So I'm going to go with the Columbus Blue Jackets in this one. I think that Columbus gets it done at a reasonable price here. Now we head to the Amerant Bank Arena where the Florida Panthers take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I get why the Florida Panthers would be favored at home here. They're still your defending Stanley Cup champions. I mean, what else can you really say about it? But that being said, the Florida Panthers are still struggling right now. They've lost 6 of their last 7 games and just really can't get out of their own way right now. And they're just in a bit of a slump. Teams go through these slumps all season long, and it's not like it's, abnormal. It's not like, you know, these things don't happen. I mean, they do. It's the nature of the beast over an 82 game season. The Toronto Maple Leafs, though, right now won 4 straight, 7 of 8. They're playing some of the best hockey I think I've seen them play all season. They're finally buying into Craig Berube's style, and I think that the Maple Leafs can get the job done in this game as well. I like the value that we've got here with Toronto, so give me the Toronto Maple Leafs here at plus 115. Next, we head to the Little Caesars Arena for a matchup between the Detroit Red Wings and the Calgary Flames. And, a matchup where I think you can make a case for either side in this game, but the case I'm going to make is for the Detroit Red Wings because they've won 4 straight head-to-head against, the Calgary Flames going back the last 2 seasons. They tend to play their better hockey at home historically, and this is still a Calgary team that's lost 7 of their 10 road games so far this season. Any real success the Calgary Flames have had has been at home. They've won their last 5 games at home, but have lost their last 4 on the road. Some of those have been 1 goal games, but losses nonetheless. I think at a coin flip price here to be able to just fade the Calgary Flames, given their current form away from home, that's where I want to be. So I'll lean towards the Red Wings here at minus 115. Next, we had the PPG Paints Arena for a match between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Vancouver Canucks. And to be honest, this was one of the easier calls for me on the board on Wednesday. You have a Vancouver Canucks team that's won 8 straight on the road. You have a Penguins team that are the OGs of the do not bet list for the NHL. There's only one way for me to go in this one, taking the Canucks at minus 125. I said the Penguins just can't get out of their own way right now, and it's not a good look for a Penguins team with so much pride and I would say prestige because you still have guys like Sidney Crosby and Evgeny Malkin on the roster, but you've been outscored in your last 3 games by a combined score of 13-4. All those games have been at home. You've lost 5 of your last 6 at home. It's just not a good look for the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. So give me the Vancouver Canucks on the money line at minus 125. Now we head to this matchup between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Washington Capitals from the Amalie Arena. And you got the Tampa Bay Lightning here as a decent sized favorite for good reason. I mean, the Lightning played their best hockey at home, and that's to be expected that they're going to be favored at the Amalie Arena. But the Washington Capitals also have been able to provide some value. They're missing Alex Ovechkin, but don't tell them that. They went on the road and they beat the Florida Panthers 4-1 in their last game without Ovechkin. So I think you can make the case either way. Tampa Bay solid at home, Washington solid in general, next man up mentality without Ovechkin. But I'm going to go with a lean toward the under 6.5 in this game because I like I said, I can make a case for either side. I don't really want to split hairs on the side here, but you still have Tampa Bay with a world-class goalie in Andrei Vasilevsky. I've said before on the wraparound that I think the Washington Capitals have one of the more underappreciated and underrated goaltending tandems in the NHL in Logan Thompson and Charlie Lindgren. I think we could have a lower score in a physical matchup here, 1-3 wins kind of game. So give me the under 6.5 between the Caps and the Lightning. Next, we head to this match between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Nashville Predators from the Bridgestone Arena. And if you just look at the surface, it would make sense why, the Nashville Predators favored at home. Cool. If you've watched the wraparound, you know this line is absolutely ridiculous. We're not backing the Predators at this price. Absolutely not. They've been one of the most inconsistent and disappointing teams in the NHL this season. And here's a fact for you guys. If you're a trends better, the underdog in this matchup is 14-1 in the last 15 meetings on the puck line. And a lot of those games have been outright victories for the underdog as well. I'm taking the plus 1.5 with the Flyers here. I'm going to put a little bit on the money line as well at plus 150. Just like I said, the Nashville Predators are right up there with the Pittsburgh Penguins as the OGs of the do not bet list. So give me the Flyers in this one. Now we head to the United Center where the Chicago Blackhawks take on the Dallas Stars. And I wanted to get on the home dog here. I really did with the Chicago Blackhawks. But the fact of the matter is, the Dallas Stars have flat out owned this series in recent years. Head to head between these two teams, the Dallas Stars are 8-2 in the last 10 meetings, including 2-0 this season. Granted, both those meetings were in Dallas, so we'll have to see if that form can transfer out on the road, where Dallas hasn't necessarily been as sharp this season. But head to head between these two teams, the Stars 13-3 in the last 16 meetings, including 6-1 in the last 7 in Chicago. I'm going to go with the Stars to win this one in regulation at minus 145. I'll put a little bit on the puck line as well in this one. Next, we head to the Ball Arena where the Colorado Avalanche take on the Vegas Golden Knights. And I love taking the Vegas Golden Knights as the underdog role as much as the next person. Vegas has made us a ton of money hand over fist just by blindly backing them more often than not over the course of the last few seasons. But I think this is a spot where I have to take the Colorado Avalanche just because they finished their road trip strong. They did get taken behind the woodshed by the Tampa Bay Lightning 8-2 in the final leg of that road trip. But at home, they've won 4 of their last 5. They only lost to then red-hot Washington Capitals team. And head-to-head between these two teams, home ice has reigned supreme with the home team winning the last 5 meetings between these two teams. Not a game I'm rushing to the window to bet. Probably one of my least favorite games on the card from a betting perspective. But I'll stick with the Avalanche here at minus 160. Next, we head to the Crypto.com arena where the Los Angeles Kings take on the Winnipeg Jets. And, I'm not getting this line, to be honest. I know that, it almost feels like the books are waiting for the other shoe to drop with the Winnipeg Jets. Like they're starting to wait for them to fall off consistently. Well, they've been waiting for 22 games now, and it hasn't really happened as the Winnipeg Jets have lost back-to-back games just one time. And even then, they're still on a nice little winning run here, winning 7 of their last 10 games. They're 9-3 on the road this season. The LA Kings, well, they just can't get out of their own way right now. They've, dropped 2 of their last 3 and 4 of their last 6. They just gave up 7 goals to the San Jose Sharks, including 5 goals in the third period against San Jose. Just not a good look for the Los Angeles Kings right now. The Winnipeg Jets are just simply the better team, playing better hockey right now. And at a reasonable price with the Kings in their current inconsistent form, are not a team I want to try to use that and step in front of, this runaway train. So give me the Winnipeg Jets here at minus 120. Next, we head to Climate Pledge Arena where the Seattle Kraken take on the Anaheim Ducks. And the Seattle Kraken, this is a team that, I was trying to be cheeky by going against last time with taking the Anaheim Ducks, but, the Anaheim Ducks actually led going into the third period in that game. And then Seattle scored 2 goals in 24 seconds early in the third and never looked back as they picked up their 8th straight win over the Anaheim Ducks. Oh, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you're not going to get a chance. I'm going to take the Kraken to win this one in regulation. They've won 8 straight against the Ducks, like I said. 9 of the last 10, and all 9 wins for the Kraken over that stretch have been in regulation. You can even put some on the puck line as well, get some plus money. Because a lot of those games have been decided by more than 1 goal. So give me the Kraken here in regulation, sprinkle a little bit on the puck line. And our final game on Wednesday's card takes us to the SAP Center, where the San Jose Sharks take on the Ottawa Senators. And I guess the running gag is going to continue. The San Jose Sharks have become a fan favorite on the wraparound as of late. And I'm going to go back to them here, because they are playing some decent hockey. I think there's still a stigma attached to the San Jose Sharks that this is still the same team as last season. And from a roster perspective, for the most part, it is. But they've been more competitive at home. They're 5-5-1 at home this season. 15-9 on the puck line. A lot of those games have been in the underdog role. I would say the majority of, if not all of them, are in the underdog role. And the Ottawa Senators are just 3-6 on the road. For me, not a team that's worthy of me laying minus 200 or 210, or even chasing a puck line with. So give me the Sharks here plus the 1.5 as well as a sprinkle on the money line at plus 175. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Wednesday, November 27th, 2024. If you like this content, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. Let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I absolutely love, you can find us at pickdawgz.com by clicking the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. And remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout for an additional 15% off your purchase. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys.